It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Indeed, so as we celebrate Youth Day today, of course, we focus on Medical Tuesday on all of the health issues concerning the youth, from substance abuse to mental health to teenage pregnancy and all things in between. In fact, if you have a question to ask, give us a call on 083-9133728. Good to have the good doctor with us this morning. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Are you feeling youthful?
Extremely. This cold and wet weather keeps me.
Fantastic. But let's start off with one of the biggest problems concerning the youth, which is teenage pregnancy. Children are becoming parents all of a sudden in this generation that we live in. Why do you think that is? What's going on with this generation that we have this problem at such a heightened level?
I think when up to 30% of our teenagers express that they've ever been pregnant, it becomes a serious problem.
Yeah.
And that's a startling fact. And, you know, the reason that we've got to ask ourselves, what lies at the core of this occurring? Because 30 years ago, this didn't happen. And I think what we need to go and look at is, what are the areas of our society that are actually sick? Where's the need arising for children at the age of 11, 12, and 13 to start engaging in sexual activities that are irresponsible and inappropriate, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's got a lot to do with our community structures, our family structures.
Yes.
The role that the different echelons in society play in terms of your church, your schooling, your education, etc. And I think that, you know, the awareness around sexual health amongst teenagers is certainly something that is a lot more in the limelight than it was when we were a lot younger.
Yeah.
So my concern is just, obviously, why are we not engaging our teenagers enough, stimulating them intellectually enough that they go searching for things outside of a generalized youth and education program.
And do you think it's something that perhaps parents need to take a bit more of a responsibility for
Most
and not
definitely.
rely on educational structures at school, the LO teacher kind of
Correct.
having the talk about the birds and the bees? Because, I mean, I grew up in a family where
Exactly.
I had my grandfather and my grandmother. There was no chance that I was going to be like, so, granddad, what happens? I mean, I probably would have got slapped. But, I mean, that's exactly, I think, what has led to where we are right now. And we need to open up those doors of conversation so that kids don't get the answers from the wrong place.
That's right. Understanding the difference in generations of putting things on the table and listening to your children's questions and facilitating that conversation in a non-judgmental fashion.
Yeah.
That is the issue. And parents need to understand we've all got files in our brains that need to be written in. You as a parent should be the first person to write in that file when it comes to topics like rape, to crime, to becoming involved in any form of criminal activity or any topic out there that's just actual and exciting. Parents need to write in that folder first, because that's what a child remembers first. So before a stranger or TV or someone else talks to your child about when it is appropriate to get involved in a sexual relationship, you as a parent should have made that effort and already engaged that conversation.
And it's a point of bravery, because, I mean, I've sometimes had to play the role of big brother / dad to my little sister, and I've had to kind of take a step back in my own life and realize that I need to open up that door. It's nerve-wracking for me, but I had to say to her, listen, we're going to have a talk right now. Do you have a boyfriend? Okay, just tune me. Tell me. Put it straight. You know, and then, you know, parents need to I think, broach that topic. But when it comes to facing the actual challenge, and your child is now pregnant and they approach you as a parent, how do you approach that issue and that problem as a family, to lend support, to lend everything that's needed in that to make it as successful as possible? To
teenagers out there that do find out they're pregnant right now, I think the very first thing is, you can't survive this experience as an island.
Yes.
You need to tell someone about it. It's going to eat you up alive, and you're going to really, really find yourself sliding, going down the gutter.
But it's scary, hey? It's very scary.
I mean, you feel right there that you have absolutely nowhere to go, and that your future is just dismal and it's been ruined, etc., due to a lot of stigma around it. But what you need to do is actually, because of your emotional condition at that time, is speak to someone outside the situation. Speak to someone that's objective. You know, you have a friend that you can talk to. If not a friend, then have a facilitator or a mediator when you do decide, and how you decide to inform your parents. You know, attacking the issue with someone is so much more more beneficial, and it leads to less mental health problems that also happen in this situation. I can't tell you what a real problem suicide is amongst teenagers who feel they've got nowhere to go and they don't have an outcome. Speak to your practitioner, your doctor, your local clinic. If you can't speak to your parents initially about it, to go and to go and facilitate just that conversation about what are your options, what should you do, and obviously stop any form of substance abuse at that time, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol. Be aware of the fact that could harm your baby as well.
And we'll be talking more about that, substance abuse, mental health, all health issues related to the youth. So give us a call as we continue our chats later. Number 083 91 33728. Right now, let's find out what else is coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show with Zoe.